Yesterday was a tough day.
I'm sure it was.
It was incredibly tough and yucky
Mm,
and just blah, 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 and just surreal and unbelievable
yeah,
and
I
still
doubt it.
doesn't feel right.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure.
You know, this chat was created because her and I wanted something more. We wanted others to know and to be able to have a comfy place to go and chat when they couldn't get to a support group or couldn't leave their bed or whatever, and to be doing this without her feels unnatural
Yeah, no,
and weird.
but
you know
yeah, but you should keep it up.
yeah, oh yeah, I mean that goes without saying, without a doubt. It just seems bizarre to not have her here, and I keep texting her and pretending like she's here because I can't figure out a way to not, you know it's hard.
You already started.
What?
So you already have me started.
Yeah, it was, you know it was hard on my entire family because she came into our lives. It wasn't just, a lot of you guys are just social media to me, but she wasn't just social media to um uh she wasn't just social media to me. She was in my house. So we'd be FaceTiming and my kids would, "Hey, Seporah," you know,
Yeah.
her and Anthony would joke around about both coughing, and telling my kids was really rough. Julian, at 7 years old, immediately said he felt like he was going to throw up, and he felt sick to his stomach, and Anthony was crying, and Sammy was crying and hugging me, and Ben just kept repeating, "She's dead, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead." He couldn't stop saying it, and
Hmm.
it was the first time that I think my kids really understood the reality of where all of this goes, and
Yeah. Hmm.
it I don't know, it just hit my whole family really, really hard, really hard.
I'm sure.
And to have her pain right here, it's probably her pain. Um, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
But the night before she had died, I had texted Lisa and had texted her that I knew she was going to die. I had said I felt her going. I said, "She's going. I can feel it."
Hmm.
And her and I's last text back and forth was she knew she wasn't going to leave the hospital, and she didn't want any more chemo. She didn't want any more radiation. Just how much more can she do?
I know. I know. Yeah. I gathered that. Yeah. Weeks before, she had posted some tweet about um. Oh, what was it? Something about, oh, I can't remember what the tweet said, but something along those lines where she didn't want anything, more. She couldn't cancer just leave her alone.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah, that was a while ago. That was even before. So
yeah, I know.
it had spread into her lungs, and at it was in her brachial tubes. It was everywhere, and it was moving quick. I mean, it was fast acting,
Oh
so
yeah,
fast.
no doubt.
You know, when it's in your bones, it doesn't go nearly as quick as when it's in your organs. It seems like our organs are these like soft, mushy little um, sponges, and once it hits those organs like that, it just spreads like fire.
Yeah,
And they had drained her. So Tuesday she was being drained. I think they took like 800 out of her. Like that's insane that they took that much out. Like so much to take out. And
Yeah,
she had a catheter in and was being drained 3 times a week. 3 times. It just isn't right, you know? And there's such a huge part of me that's just wants her to be popping up on this chat right now.
oh,
But I
cool.
know that she can't. And she was so much pain, just incredibly uncomfortable. She couldn't breathe, she couldn't swallow, she couldn't, and that's not a way to live,
No,
without a doubt.
no.
So,
She's at peace now, thankfully. She's not in pain.
but Bob, I hate that saying. I know that that's the right sentence to use, and I know we're supposed to say that, but I hate
Yeah,
that
I know.
sentence.
I hate it too. Sorry.
No, I know. I feel that way too. Like I'm so happy she's not suffering anymore. But I hate saying that. I really hate it. It
Yeah.
sounds so, I don't know how it sounds, but I just hate saying it because they do suffer so much and they deserve to be pain free, but they deserve to not suffer. So I feel like there's this weird line with all of this. There's this, you know, how did we get here line? Like, she shouldn't have got there,
Right.
Bill shouldn't have got there, Annie shouldn't have gotten there. Lisa shouldn't have gotten there. None of those people should have gotten there. I don't understand why we aren't discussing these deaths more and being more angry about these people dying and putting so much more focus on their death and
Hmm.
saying they died a suffering death. It wasn't peaceful, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't, you know, instead we say, well, they're not suffering anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, I understand. It's you can't say that they had a good death.
Yeah,
They didn't have a good
yeah.
death.
Like she wasn't my 95-year-old grandmother who got dressed in the morning and sat down in her chair and closed her eyes and went to sleep.
Right.
That's not, you know, it just isn't right. I don't, I don't know. I think we need to be angry that they died in
Oh
pain. We need to be angry. The public needs to be angry about a 33, almost 34-year-old woman who's dead.
yeah,
But they need to be angry that a man named Bill died and left behind children and a wife. We
yeah,
need to be angry about this.
absolutely.
When CJ was on and she was talking about Medivivor and she talked about how we are not going to get anywhere until we stop the deaths. And
Right.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
How can we go any farther if we don't stop these deaths? We're not going anywhere.
Right.
Nowhere. We're on a treadmill. All we're doing is talking about mammograms and bullshit and
Mm,
crap that nobody wants to listen to.
yeah.
Anything that's beautiful and pretty. It's so stupid to me.
It is. It is. And this whole Pinktober thing just pisses me off more.
Yeah. Yeah. I just. Can you hear that? Is that loud?
Yeah. What was that?
It's my upstairs. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Hold on. You're tearing apart my upstairs.
Was that in your house?
Yeah, my bathroom is being started.
Yeah.
Is that better?
A little bit. Yep.
I can go farther out into the yard. I'm worried about dog poop.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Um, she talked about stopping. Wait, what were you just saying? See, my brain
I
just.
said something about this whole thing about Pinktober. just
Oh, right. But that sells. That's going to sell. A woman dying and a man dying of breast cancer is not going to sell. And that's so sad to me that we're trying to sell cancer. How did we get here? How did we try to sell a disease? It's whacked.
it is. It's so whacked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we want to do. We want to try to sell a disease to people so that we can all say that we supported it. We support it because we wear a pink ribbon and we support breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
We do. So I was talking with someone who just went away to that conference, and different perspectives when you go away to a conference and you walk away and you feel empowered because you're with a bunch of people who feel the same way you do and who are experiencing the same stuff you do. And you walk away and you think, oh my God, all these people are exactly like I am. We are all in this together. None of us are going to get out of this. We're all here and we're all going to die and we're all in this exact same thing together.
Yeah.
And there's no cure and we're all in this together. Like, we're all going to die. I'm with her. I'm with why are we all inspired by a bunch of bullshit? We're all inspired with, okay, there's no cure. You're 180 of you are going to die today. And 516 of you are going to die this year. And it right now, we're working on some stuff, but I got nothing to tell you about that because we don't work on research. We're just here to talk about support and advocacy.
Right.
I don't get it. I'm lost. I'm completely lost with this. I really am. Seporah dying, she believed in research. She believed in the only way to stop this was to fund research. And she's right. She was right.
Yeah.
She was so right.
Yeah.
And the people that came out of the woodwork and, right away I saw the posts and the tweets and her battle and the journey and all the things she didn't want anybody to say about her. All she wanted people to say was, and I'll quote it right from her blog, you know what someone with stage 4 calls their cancer with stage 4? Life. It's their life. This was her life. It wasn't anything more grand than that. And I think we forget that these are people living with stage 4 cancer. They're living with it.
Yeah.
We treat them like they're these little molecules that we need to hold fragile because they're going to die. Well, they're living, so we need to treat them with respect. And
right.
Pinktober does the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. We say that you go making strides to support breast cancer, but why are we supporting breast cancer? We're not really supporting breast cancer. We're supporting what? Pink ribbons? I don't know anymore.
I sort of crack up about that sentence that you just said that people use. I support breast cancer.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid when you think about it.
Yeah.
I support breast cancer.
You
so support it? You should be against it.
Right. And I think that's
right.
But the way the English language is, it just doesn't come across that way.
Right, but that's what Downstate Amory and I were discussing once, is changing the language, because I think that's really what we need to do, is change how the English. And congratulations to you two lovebirds.
And thank you.
Are we still on honeymoon?
Yeah, we're still
in honeymoon mode.
Yes. Yeah.
Aww.
Who took my real Tony and left this one? Thank you for your gift.
Oh, you guys are welcome.
Yeah.
Look who's joining us. It wasn't just me; it was Frosty right here too.
Yes,
Andy.
I know. It was somebody else too. It was
Andy.
Andy, yeah.
Yes.
I was just saying thank you for the gift. So, did she hear us?
I don't know. Can she hear us?
I think she's playing around with her settings. Just saw the mute button come up. Thank you for the coffee, dear.
You're welcome.
Mm.
I gotta go have mine.
Oh, look. That's a familiar tie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a wedding tie?
This is a wedding tie. He's wearing the wedding tie
Love
today
it.
to go to work. So we were just talking about how ridiculous it is to go to Making Strides in October and saying that we support breast cancer. We wear our pink ribbons. What the fuck does it mean?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, good. Watch, Eddie. I did it. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it just us three?
I know.
Yeah. Yep, yep. Before we
I
get
don't
going,
really get that.
here's the ring.
Let me see. Aw.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
Pretty.
Thanks. And thank you for the gift, and thank you for the love, and meant a lot. Meant a lot to open that up and see it was from you guys.
Well, we wish we could have been there.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll just have to make us some pizza.
I know. Oh, somebody else is there.
Oh, here comes Andy.
Hey, guess
there's
what I'm
that-
doing?
What?
I'm driving to the gun range.
Driving to the gun range.
And Melissa.
I'm just
Hey,
saying
Melissa.
thank you for the gift.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, so anyway.
We said he has to make some pizza for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
We love pizza. Could you make mine
Yes.
gluten-free, please?
Gluten-free.
I'm sure Tony
Look,
can-
Anne Marie's in the backyard, all getting some vitamin D. What's up?
I am getting some vitamin D in my nasty backyard right now because there's, nothing done to it yet.
Looks like trees. That's a good thing. Trees are good.
Well, there's some crap right there, but I really don't care.
It's
Hi,
sunshine.
Melissa.
Who
How are
cares?
you?
Hi guys, I haven't seen you in forever.
Hey,
I know.
How are you?
Melissa's in the dark also. I feel
I'm sorry.
I see this.
anything either. I'm just
Got a light source in front of you, not behind
I know.
you. So,
There you go.
there we go.
that's better.
Yeah, you too, ding dong.
I can't. There's nothing I can do.
Turn on a light.
Turn on the light. Rearrange
Go
your
into the light, children.
rearrange your
Andy,
furniture.
you're always in your car.
I am.
She's always going to shoot somebody.
Not somebody, something. There's a difference.
That's a big difference. You're right.
Don't shoot anybody. Well, actually, I could give you a list.
I have a list. And I have donations to the list. So
Okay.
I have donations of money to take out certain people because there might be some shared lists in there. I'm just saying.
This is live,
Yeah,
I'm
well, there
Italian.
you
We're
go.
all connected somewhere. I'm good with it. Well, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
How are you doing, honey?
I'm pretty spent. Yep. Yesterday was a tough day. It was a tough day. So, as Lisa knows, it's funny how, Jewish custom's so different than Catholic custom or even, I don't know, secular, non-secular, I don't know. But, Jewish custom, you don't have an open casket, it's closed casket. And it's so different to me because, as a guinea, you leave a frickin' funeral and the first thing my father would say is, I can't believe it's not open casket. What the hell are you thinking about? It's not an open casket. What's that? But I understand why you don't have an open casket, but part of me doesn't understand. Like, I get why you want that last visual to say, okay, it really happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's, like, the thought of an open casket to people is, it's that almost like a verification, like, okay, yep, that's real. Yep, it really happened. Because you don't believe it.
Right.
Downstate.
All the-
Downstate, yeah.
My father would say, I can't believe it's not open casket. Shut me off. But she knows I'm right. So Anne Marie was with me yesterday. If a part of me doesn't understand. You gotta shut that off, dipshit.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We're getting
I'm
reverb.
quitting. I got two windows open.
Shocking. If you've ever seen Downstate Anne Marie's computer, she has like 5 different windows open. Like she'll have Firefox open, Microsoft, Chrome. It's the creepiest thing ever. She's like on as like 20 different people. Anyways, it was.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, it's awesome because I do the same thing.
God.
It was beautiful to be able to be there, and difficult time. It's still to me completely surreal that she's not here. I told Bob that I'm still texting her because I just don't know how to stop. At the wake, I was joking around because people were walking in, and I knew some of them were just from her sending me pictures and telling me stories, and they'd walk in, and I jokingly in my head I'd say, "Do we like them?" Because that was sort of a joke that her and I had, like, do we like them or do we not like them? When I was monitoring her social media and people would send a message, I would email her or I would text her a picture and I'd be like, do you like them or no? Should I accept them or no? Should I, just because it was just a joke. So it was, that part was kind of hard. And there's so much with the Jewish customs that, so you didn't tell me not to wear open-toe shoes. Like, that's something.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
forgot about that. But
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear open-toe shoes. I wore open-toe shoes.
Why is that?
again, it's like it depends if it's like conservative, reform, or
They're pretty conservative, right, Downstate?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty.
I'm outside, so am I like kind of in a haze? Because I can't. No, I'm not. I can see myself. I can see that I'm not glared.
Did you wear your ugly dress, Anne-Marie?
I wore an ugly dress.
Did you wear the dress? So that
No, I could not wear that other dress. I was like, I can't spend $15 on an ugly dress.
Hmm?
I was all
No,
stressed
turn
out
around
as
and
to
go
what
get
to
him.
wear, and all I could think about was Seporah saying to me, "It's all about you. It's all about you," because that was another joke that we had. But I did wear an ugly dress. It just was a plain black dress, but
It wasn't an ugly dress. It was just a normal. It was a normal old dress, and I threw on the fastest pair of black pants I could get my hands on.
it was a very difficult process. Very
Yeah.
difficult. You know, you could, I don't know, it just was hard, and you kept looking around, and actually, my husband said it perfect. He said he kept expecting her to be there. Like,
Yeah.
he kept, on the ride home, he's like, I just kept looking around, like, where is she? Where'd she go? Like, you just thought she was going to be there. That was kind of weird, but I know I told Lisa this. The rabbi read one of her blogs, and as he was reading it, it happened to be one of my favorite blogs, but I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he's going to read this blog. Like, I really can't believe he's going to read this blog. And in the blog, she cusses somewhat, and he literally said, douchebag, and I nearly peed my pants. Didn't you die, Amory, when he said that?
Yes. Not only that, but I mean, that one kind of put me over the edge because I felt like she was in the room with us. Really felt like
He couldn't have picked a better blog to read.
Absolutely
Because
right.
that blog, the blog post that he read was one that she wrote, and it was all about research and about Metaviver and about how that's really what we need to be focusing on is, hello, people, we're not getting anywhere. We need to be focusing on research. And if it was almost like, and I know she didn't tell him which one to read, but if she could have picked one, that would have been the one to read. And the fact that it had douchebag in it just made it even better to me.
I'm amazed he said it. That was
I
awesome.
could not believe he said it. I swear to God, I almost peed my
yeah,
pants.
that's what's great about Jews. They don't pretend they don't cuss and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know. It's just something with his like yarmulke on, and it just was, I don't know, like
And douchebag coming out of his mouth.
yeah,
Standing,
yeah,
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 he's
Yeah.
standing there all official looking, and all of
yes,
a
yes.
sudden, yeah,
I have no problem with him saying it, but he looks so official. They have him come out with the
yeah,
word douchebag. I just was like, the hell did he just say?
yeah. That was,
So you know, she's gone, and I just still can't really wrap my brain around it.
I feel like her little picture should be here at the bottom of my screen with her.
I know.
Ew.
Like, she'll
Too.
pop in and pop out.
Yeah, yeah, and it progressed quick, really, really quick.
It did.
Anne Marie, I don't, and
Yeah.
Andy, I don't know. Maybe you guys can be better about explaining this to me, but I don't know if it's just in my head or what. But I feel as though when cancer is in your squishy organs, like your lungs and your brachial tubes, it just goes quicker
yeah,
because they are so spore-like. She had no chance at that point. I really believe that once it
yeah.
was there,
Now
and
you know, it's like that you they a turn. It's you turn a corner, and once you turn the corner, it's like you're on freaking Death Street, and nothing is going to stop it. And this is why. And I'm not going to go on off on a Metaviver rant, although I really do want to right now, because these freaking people that keep talking about.
Sorry.
See, it's true. There's freaking dogs fighting over it. Um, which is exactly what it amounts to. But these people that try to say, well, if we can figure out how to prevent metastases, we'll stop people from dying. No, you're not gonna. You're gonna stop people like me and you, Anne Marie. All of the early stagers, you're gonna help. You're not gonna help people like Seporah or like my mom, whose disease
or
already
like her.
metastasized. It's already because those cells have already changed. So they're looking at early stage cells to say, well, what's going to make them metastasize instead of looking at the metastatic cells. And Sephora wrote a beautiful article about that. Study me. Why aren't you studying me? If you have questions about metastatic disease, I'm here. Why aren't you studying me? And I will say that yesterday when Kelly, not yesterday, the day
Monday.
before yesterday when Kelly was at the NCI, they were saying about getting a tissue bank going to try to study metastatic disease.
I'll donate.
Yep, I
I'm
know, I
in.
know. You know
Because
what?
as a Medster, I'm excluded from almost all the
That's
trials.
Which makes
exact.
no sense.
That's
That was
exactly
one of
right.
Sephorah's biggest griefs, is that why can't I be included in this? This is dumb. She
Yep,
hated that. It used to
yep,
piss her off. And
Well,
what pissed
because
her off,
they want to make sure they get the right statistics.
yeah.
They're looking to the end result of how can I profit off of this.
well, when I was, the last time I was with her and I took her to the doctors and they told her you have, what did they say she had, Lisa? Do you remember what that was called in her lungs? They called it something.
She needed a pleural effusion, or it was
No, that was after. They called it something else. Oh no, no, that was after it was before the pleural infusion, like congenial.
Mediastinal.
No,
Mediastinal.
it was like a glorified cold, basically. And her and I walked out of that, and I was like, God, support, it's not sitting right with me. I really, I wanted to take her to Yale. I was not satisfied with that appointment. And she's like, there's nothing they're gonna do. Like, they're not gonna say anything to me. They're just not going to. I think back in November, it had already spread to her lungs.
I think
I
it probably had.
and I think they just, we just don't have enough testing for Mets. And maybe it picks up on a PET scan, maybe it picks up on this scan, maybe on a good day you got it. I mean, when she was drained on Tuesday, they drained 800 out of her lungs. 800. That's nuts. She was
That's
drained
just
3 times a week.
about, well, that's a quart. That's just about a quart of fluid.
Can you believe that? 3 times a week.
that's yeah.
How do you breathe? How do you drink? How do you do anything?
Yeah.
No, see, once that starts happening like that, it's That's it. It's
No, I think you're right, Emery. It's so true. It's like once you turn that corner, it goes so fast, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
And it was so
yeah.
hard to know
And
what was going on with her, you know? Didn't hear all that much.
well, no, and I think the other part is, and I know she won't care if I say any of this, and because she blogged about it, so I feel like I'm not breaking any confidentiality, and she'll probably come back to haunt me even if she did. So, um, uh, she was on Medicaid, and I think that was a problem because she
I
did
know
not
it's a
get
problem.
the treatment and the care that those who have better insurance get. There were times when she'd go to pick up her chemo and they'd say to her, "Sorry, it's you got to wait a day because insurance will only pay for it in 2 days, not today." True story. True story. A
Yeah.
chemo pill that she needed to keep her treatment at bay. "Sorry, you can't get it today. You'll have to wait a day or two." She didn't have any more pills. She needed, she had mouth sores so horrific in her mouth. She wanted that magic mouthwash, to swish. "Sorry, it's not covered under your insurance. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, you need a scan to find out what's going on. You're going to have to wait 3 weeks for that. We can't give it to you this week." This is all true. And I think about that and I get angry. Like, that part makes me so angry. Like, this is how we're treating a 33, almost 34-year-old with metastatic disease. We don't value her
Well,
life.
they do. No, they don't. They do what's called a cost benefit
Yeah,
analysis.
you got it. You
And
got it,
she's
sister.
young and she's stage 4 and she's da 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 da. And it's just, we could save more people if we don't send all our resources to this one. That's basically how that works out.
Yep, you got it. You got it.
It's
Her lymphedema, I don't know if any of you looked at the one picture that I posted with the dog. Her arm was probably about as big as my leg. That's how bad her lymphedema was. She was at Yale Hospital. Yale Hospital does not have a lymphedema specialist there. She was not getting treatment for her lymphedema for the past 2 months in that hospital. Explain that to me, somebody.
Can't.
There should have been a physical therapist that could have at least done something.
Sure should have been. Sure should have been, or they should have got one in there because no one
Yeah.
should have to deal with that pain. And when she was home, she'd go to PT every other week. When you have severe lymphedema like that, Lisa, I know you can agree with me on this because I know how bad your lymphedema gets. You should be going to constant physical therapy. And there'd be times that Lisa and I would be yelling at Seporah to go to her PT, but she never wanted to go. And it didn't really have to do with the fact that she didn't want to have to ask a friend to drive her or she had to figure out a way to get there. It had to do with the fact that she couldn't afford to go to physical therapy.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's what we're doing to our health care. That's what we're doing to our friends and our family. That's what we're doing. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
And that problem is not just with us. That's not just with Sephora. I mean, that's true with just the healthcare system overall. You've got
Yeah.
these
Absolutely.
pays that you can't afford. You need to go to PT, $35 a visit. Come on, pay up, pay up. Oh, you can't afford it? Well, too bad.
And can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're as a patient, if you don't have a lot of help, the healthcare system and as insurance in general is so complicated, and they deny so much up front, and you really have to be such a fighter. You're already fighting. You're sick. You're tired. You don't have the energy to expend on those battles sometimes.
Without a doubt.
It is hard. And if you're not educated about the insurance system, which a lot of people aren't, I mean, you just end up not getting services that you're actually entitled to. So it really is unfair. Very
Yep.
unfair.
She walked a dog and she drove a girl to school and picked her up from school. She walked more than one dog. So she did things under the table to help pay for her rent and things like that. That's how she paid for things because she couldn't, if she got a job, she would have lost her Medicaid.
Yeah.
Yet, if she didn't, you know how painful it was for her to walk some days? And, she had issues driving because she had anxiety about driving, especially in the snow and stuff. But she did it anyways because she needed to pay her rent. I mean, it's so screwed up that that's how we treat someone who's ill like that. It really, I just couldn't rack my brain around it. I really can't. And now her family's got this enormous funeral cost. Like that
Yeah.
freaks me out. And they have to pack up this apartment and pay for her car and, take care of all this stuff right now. Like the burden is now on her poor mother. Like it stresses me out. I just thinking about it. I can't even believe it. I just can't.
On top of losing your daughter.
And
On top of losing your child.
Yeah.
Which is that all by itself is
Yeah. Yeah, so like the give forward that I set up, it may seem silly, like $5 and $2 and $3, but how helpful that is to her mom right now is incredible. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna pay for all of that. It blows my mind to what they have to deal with. Really, and the emotional aspect of it. Bob, you just said about other health, like AIDS and all that. Mental health on top of this. I mean, you guys all sat on this chat with Seporah and saw how sad she was, especially after Annie died. She
Yeah.
needed us, especially, but she also needed a professional. Why aren't we giving more mental health support? We look at our mental health like they are the bottom feeders. It makes me sick to my stomach. Oh my God. I mean, that should be, when you're diagnosed with any illness, especially one that is like cancer, the first thing you should be giving is a therapist. That's the first thing you should be given.
coverage
I think
lymphedema, let alone that.
What?
I think at the outset you need more of a social worker rather than a therapist.
Something along those lines. Absolutely. Well, I think we talked about it in the last chat where, we look at the transgender cross-dressing community, and when you're a transgender and you're making the change, you have to go through 2 years of therapy, like strict therapy. Like you have to see a therapist, you have to, here we have our breasts amputated, we have parts taken out, and you don't get any therapy. Here, we're going to remove all that, but you go around, you have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, you're no longer a functioning female, but don't worry about it.
Or a male in Bob's part.
Yeah, or a male.
Or a one-breasted male.
Well, and that's the whole other thing, like you had said in a previous chat, was all of Bob's treatment was based on, for instance, me. Yeah. That's not going to apply because Bob does not have ovaries or a uterus. Sorry,
he doesn't?
Bob. Sorry, Bob. I know this is shocking to you.
I'm sure, yeah.
But
I can't believe he doesn't have ovaries.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're treating him like he does, though.
They are treating him like he does. The tamoxifen just kills me. I mean, the fact that he's on. And I will tell you, that is one thing that Seporah was very stressed out about, was that, they took her off the chemo and they actually were going to put her back on tamoxifen, and she really did not want to take that again.
Yeah.
She really, really did not want to take it again.
That was harsh. That was, and you know what didn't help me anyway. But yeah, that was, the mood swings were crazy.
Oh, what mood swings? Come on. I don't have mood swings because of tamoxifen, do I?
It depends on which doctor you talk to.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know, Bob. Have you gotten angry lately?
Yeah.
Listen, I got mood swings from the freaking Seporah. I take medication to level out the mood swings. I take a pill and then I take more pills. It's just bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's helping. Hopefully we're doing the right thing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Hopefully.
Well, I think you can look at it two ways. You can take nothing and hope for the best, and you can take something and hope for the best. I don't know any other way to look at it.
It's all
I really don't.
in the dark, really. Pretty much.
Because I think some people really mentally cannot take anything. I think for them, For them, taking something is almost as stressful as taking it. Mentally, I think they cannot. For Seporah, the thought of taking tamoxifen again was almost like a pure panic attack for her. You know, so the week that last week she was supposed to have a PET scan, and Seporah hated scans. She was she had scan anxiety like I can't even express to you guys. You know, we talk about it. She had to be drugged to have a scan, and they tried drugging her, and she already was drugged.
Already,
And
right?
yes, she was already drugged very heavily, and they drugged her again to go have the scan, and she had a panic attack in the middle of the scan, and they couldn't finish it. You know, our body knows when she just couldn't do it, and at that
Yeah,
point
it's
she
just
didn't need.
enough.
Yeah, well,
It's
she
enough.
didn't need it at that point.
Well, you know, this is where palliative care and then hospice should have been brought in
A
probably,
long,
yeah, yeah,
long, at least a month ago, in my
yeah,
opinion.
Please.
yeah.
And palliative care should have been brought in the
Pal-
minute she went into the
that's
hospital.
that's right. The minute she was
But
experiencing
again,
uncontrollable
I
pain,
think this goes back to her being a Medicaid patient.
that's right. I was just going to say
Yeah,
that.
Yep.
Well, that sucks.
All right,
yeah,
ladies,
because
ladies and
Medicare
gentlemen.
patients are only allowed one glove a year, one sleeping glove a year.
Do you have to go downstate?
No, I'm pouring cereal. I have my sister-in-law texting me about a birthday party on Saturday, and I don't even want to freaking tell you that my son sent me a text at like 10:30 last night that one of my neighbors passed away, and I just went over there. She just to bum everybody out even a little bit more. She was an early stage lung cancer patient. She never knew that I had breast cancer. Meanwhile, we live like 4 doors away, but that's like suburban life. She
Yeah.
found out after I was done treatment, and she came banging on the door, yelling at me. You know what? I'm going to keep it clean, but she had a mouth like like we all
Like
have.
you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and yelling at me like, yeah, I can't believe. And I don't think it was a month later, I get a phone call. She was diagnosed with early stage lung cancer. So I went running over there one Sunday. And last night, my son sends me a text message. Doreen passed away. I ran out of here this morning. I went around the corner. Her husband was gone. I guess he's making funeral arrangements. Her mother and father are sitting there. Get this. Her father answers the door. He goes, "We were just talking about you. I remember the day you came in here after she was diagnosed and she started chemotherapy, and you sat and you had dinner with us, and because that's again the old-fashioned Italian family. They're all there. Her mother is sitting at the table, and he's whispering to me. He said, she's in treatment right now for cancer as well. The woman, it looks like she's 70 pounds. She's
Oh,
sobbing
Lord.
because her daughter is dead, and she's being treated for lung cancer. And then the father proceeds to tell me, I mean, this is like you can't make this shit up. Her son, who recently got married, daughter was just had both breasts removed and is undergoing radiation therapy for breast cancer. All in the same
My
house,
God.
all at now. And this, I just found this out like literally 15 minutes before I walked in the door. So I'm sitting here quietly trying to digest what went on yesterday and trying to now digest, more shit. I'm so freaking tired of this goddamn disease. I'm so tired of it. I'm really like, I've had it. I'm done.
Oh my
Done.
God.
Literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a lot for one family to take in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
It's like an understatement.
Look at that's all I got right now, okay? You're lucky I got that.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm seeing myself standing in a cemetery yesterday, and I still can't like get past that whole scene and seeing her mother and her sister and the way we were sitting there trying not to like openly sob when certain things were being said that kind of like really touched my heart, and I know your heart, Anne-Marie. To to then come home and try to like decompress from all of this. only to get a text message and like I feel like okay, Groundhog Day, here we go, we're starting all over again, except it's just change the name, change the face, and then I'm thinking about 108 a day. And, you know, it's like, okay, every 4 minutes that means or thereabouts. So while we're talking here, how many, and that's just this country.
15.
So, yeah. Yep. So,
So that's what Bob and I were talking before you guys logged in, and I was saying how I'm in a bad place clearly, and when do we start? Everybody start being angry. Like, when are we going to be angry that people are dying? Like,
yeah, you know what?
when does that happen?
Jenny Grimes just wrote a great blog post about how
Yeah, I posted.
the AIDS movement and
Yeah.
how pissed off over 40,000 people a year
Mhm.
dying of AIDS.
Yeah,
That was
It was a great freaking blog post. It needs
was
to be
great.
like blasted everywhere because she said, "What's the difference? We're 40,000, and why aren't we making the same noise that the AIDS community
so
made?"
the day that the LBBC was going on, Seporah was dying, and I'm getting texts from people because there was a lot going on at the LBBC. I don't know, a lot. And I don't really don't want to go into any of it because I really don't give a flying fuck what was going on there. All sorts of stupid controversy, and I'm sick of stupid fucking controversy. Everyone shut the fuck up and pull your pants up and get on the same train because we're all on the same railroad going on the same purpose. Stop trying to recreate the goddamn wheel and just shut your fucking mouth because you're all fighting about one thing, and I'm getting texts about listen to what this person said and listen to what that person said. Meanwhile, I'm talking to Mara on the phone at the exact same time, and Seporah died. And I wanted so badly to text them all and say, here's your 108, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You're too busy worrying about who said what, she said what, I did this, you did that you can't see what's in front of you. You're losing sight. Seporah's post that the rabbi spoke about is the post that should be talked about because you can lay down in front of whoever the hell you want. You can lay down at the Capitol. You can lay down in Berkeley. I don't care where you lay down. If you don't have nothing in back of it, ain't nobody gonna see it. If you're not there with research and information, nobody gives a shit. You're just a bunch of people laying down. They don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that somebody died. Nobody cares that Andy is stage 4. Sorry, Andy, I care. But nobody else cares. The mass public does not care. They want to see research information. They want to see what is going to change. That's the only way we're gonna get anywhere. The only way.
Right.
The only way. So stop trying with hashtags and start actually showing what we can do. It's the only way. It is the only way. And I'm so done with all of it. I can't wrap my head around this anymore. I'm so completely done with it.
This is why I will only get involved when it involves research, and that's why I'm going to AACR over the weekend.
Well, I can't. The minute research gets
listen, you're fine
I
because
can't.
you
I can't listen.
You can't listen to the technical stuff, but you know the importance of it, and that's the important part to get the word out. That
I
it's
do know the important part, and I will actually use Lisa because you said one thing once to me, and it sticks with me. We didn't have her sucked in, right? Once, correct?
Yeah.
Now we got it, right? Look
Correct.
what it's done. It's done good stuff, right?
It's
Drugs
one of the
suck.
things that has changed breast cancer. One of the very few things.
People used to take chemo, right, without an anti-nausea, correct?
Correct.
And that sucked. It sucked, right?
Oh, big time.
Okay. So don't tell me that we can't stop people from dying. Don't fucking tell me that. Don't. Because I believe that we can stop people from dying. And the only way we can do that is through research. We can't do that through people making waves and arguing with each other about who said what, she
That's
said what. I
right.
wrote that blog. No, you wrote that blog. No, my
Right.
blog got more likes.
I know, I know. We need to be the alpha dog. This is why I threw my support behind what Metaviver is doing. You know, to say
I
nothing of
actually
the fact that I met Lori and CJ two and a half years ago. I want to say, is it 3 years ago? I can't believe that it would be that long, but that I haven't seen either one of them or whatever. But just, watching people that A, are living with the disease, and B, understand what needs to be done to get the money in the right hands, to get the right research done, makes me say, okay, that's where, I talk about this all the time, because I say, look, I don't bullshit me, because I have skin in the game, in all parts of the game. My mother is metastatic. I'm living with right now NED, early stage. I'm an early stage breast cancer patient, and I will never stop calling myself a patient. And I have a daughter. So, yes, I want to prevent breast cancer. Yes, I want to stop myself from metastasizing. But really, more important than all of that, I want my mom to die of old age. I don't want her to
right.
die of freaking breast cancer, period. So when I go triage all of those things, well, really the most important thing is the one we can't fix, death. Can't fix death. So that should be the one where we should be focusing on, and this bullshit that people are trying to push, that stopping metastases from happening is going to help those whose disease is already metastasized. I have spoken to some pretty high up researchers who just shake their head and say bullshit. It's two different kinds of research, two different animals. You have now an already mutated cell that needs to be looked at, as opposed to me, which may have dormant cells all over the place, but they're still the same dormant cancer cells. They haven't changed yet and found a way to make trouble somewhere. So if you're not looking at the trouble, how do you think you're going to fix the trouble? So anyway, all right, that's my
Well,
fucking
the only way we're going to do that is by banding together. So, when Seporah died and I literally put some posts up, I got an email from somebody and they wrote to me and they said, I knew when did you this person? I was like, I don't know, December 2012 or something. I don't know. I met her on the BCSM chat. Well, I knew her 3 months before you.
Oh, big fucking deal.
I said, okay, great. Good for you. You want a medal? When we have to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I get stuff like that all the time. I'm done with it. I'm done being that. And to me, I sent Seporah a message and I wrote, I got people fucking competing about who's going to be a better friend than me or you, me or her. I said, do you know this person? I said, who is this person? Do you like her? Because if you like her better than me, I'll let her she could be your best friend. I won't be your best friend anymore. That person could be your best friend. I'm still waiting for a response.
You might get one.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to get one, trust me. Because if any of you knew Seporah, she had to have the last word. And I'm 100% sure she's going to give me the last word.
I hope she gets the last word.
She will get the last word. I did enough crying yesterday. I don't think I can cry anymore. I think Anne-Marie saw me cry enough for my lifetime. Was not a pretty sight.
No,
It was.
no, not for any of us.
Champagne was there, and I want to not leave it, but almost address that a little bit on this. Andy, you being on this little chat as well. It's hard for me as we become close and friends, as it would be anyone.
Yeah.
I actually lost a friend. She died in her boat capsized. She was a scuba diver. Her name was Lisa Powell, and she died in the year that 9/11 happened, and it was very difficult for me. And it was a friend. She died, and it was very tragic and all that. It wasn't cancer related, clearly, but she died. So just like with any friend, but I know terminal cancer, and I know what will happen with it. So I know when I become friends with people with stage 4, I know what will happen. But I sat there as Champagne is sitting there, and I thought in my head, how could she frickin' sit here? This has got to be the most difficult thing for her to do. And I watched her go up, and if any of you are familiar with a Jewish burial, you go up and you take a shovel and I I actually buried my friend. Like, I put dirt on her casket. It was emotional to me. And I watched Champagne do that, and I thought, God, how is she doing that? How is that not making it about her? I mean, she's a very kind person to go there and do it. And Andy, I don't know how you don't let your head go to thoughts about you. Sorry, put you on the spot.
Yeah. There are days it does go to me. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, how can you not?
I want to go quick. And, my husband and I have talked about it. And, I've been to one breast cancer funeral since I was diagnosed. And that was hard. There was another one I didn't go to because I just couldn't. I couldn't make myself go.
Mm-hmm.
She was, to all purposes, she was a personal trainer. She's a lot healthier than I am, eats better, exercises better, and it got her too. So I couldn't go to that one, and that's okay. I did beat myself up over it for a little bit.
Oh no, no,
And
you
then
can't do that.
when it's okay, I'm okay with saying it's not for me,
Yeah.
but I had to get there. I had to get there to the place of saying it's a choice, and I'm okay with the choice I made.
Well, it's self-care. You have to take care of yourself. To do what's
Yeah.
best for you. To
On
stay healthy.
this last note, I will tell you that, and I told Lisa that I feel like this is an important part to say, and I know that Seporah didn't give up, because I know but she did, but she didn't. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean by that? She gave up because she had
Well,
to. Her body was done.
and just like I just said, I'm okay with the choice I make. At some point,
Yes.
I will make the choice to stop treatment for quality of life, and
But
I'm okay with that.
there's a very small part of me that's so angry at her. Like, I'm mad at her. I'm not really,
And that's
but
okay too.
I'm like, why did you do that? Why didn't you just keep going? You could have kept going. You could have kept fighting just a little bit harder.
Comes down to quality over quantity.
Absolutely, but and I hear her going, it's all about you. It's all about you. Because I could have just had just a little bit more time with her, just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what, Anne-Marie, we would always want just one more hour or one more day or one, it doesn't matter. That's never ever going to change. Never going to change. It's never going to be enough.
Never enough.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
I just wish my last text to her, the texting we had back and forth, wasn't so difficult, and it was a little bit more.
You got to put that aside. You got to
I
put
know.
that aside, and you got to look at the pictures of you two laughing and smiling,
And that's what I've been trying to do.
Because the last 2 months and all of what she went through in the last 2 months is not what she would want. That's not what she wants in your head. She wants the laughing and the shenanigans and all of the.
Go paint a picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Well, let's talk about something uplifting next week, like jelly beans and rainbows and unicorns.
Butterflies and rainbows.
Butterflies.
And why are the emojis updated and there's no unicorns on it? I just don't understand.
There's every skin tone color you could ever want.
But no unicorns. Tell me why? Why? The world is just not right.
We have snakes and no unicorns.
Some of those emojis, like, why are they even there? And then,
does anybody know that the poop emoji is actually ice cream?
No way.
No. There's an ice cream emoji.
Right.
It's
Signing
actually
off
ice cream.
here, guys, because now my phone is ringing and it's got to be somebody else in crisis.
Okay.
Love you
It
guys.
is. Everyone go
Love
Google that.
you.
Go Google is poop emoji really ice cream, and you will see what we saw. And that is Seporah and I researching that one night. You will all see what we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
If I had my phone, I would show you, but I don't. So, all right, people. Same bat channel.
Same bad time.
Peace out, sauerkraut.
Take care.
This was a
Love you.
real uplifting conversation. Thanks.
A necessary conversation.
Yeah,
I know.
you can't have the high without the low.
That's right.
I'd rather have a high. If you know what I mean, a little high with a little brownie, a little, sprinkles.
Well, I'm just saying. I think a trip to I think a road trip to Colorado is necessary.
Excellent idea. All right, people. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Love you all. Bye-bye.